Welcome to another Indie Dev Showcase, highlighting the many indie games we play here on the channel. If you'd like to submit a game for a future video, please reach out. But otherwise, let's begin. We are starting things off with Anomaly Agent. You play an agent who works for a department that handles different anomalies that threaten to destabilize the universe and time and space around us. And when one whammy of anomaly threatens everything, it's up to us to roll, kick, punch, bat, and other objects in order to save the day. This is an action game through and through, as you'll go from stage to stage, beating up various thugs, getting upgrades, and trying to keep yourself going. The kind of unique element of the combat system is with the use of your combo meter. As you deliver damage and avoid taking hits, you'll build a meter. This will allow you to kind of spend it on special modifiers to your existing attacks, and is very important given just how much of a threat the enemies are. The game has this element where enemies can kind of merge together to upgrade themselves to a higher tier. This can become very dangerous, as the higher tiers can oftentimes have more super armor, have additional attacks, and are just obviously more dangerous to deal with. So it definitely pays for you to quickly kill these enemies and do it with as much of your meter going as you can. You can also upgrade your character using kind of points you earn for being either really good or really bad. It's a very kind of basic choice system. But all in all, you're going to be just focusing more on the major upgrades and items you get over the play. This one does get a little bit on the trickier side. There are a ton of obstacles for you to dodge, lots of instant death pits, and again, the amount of enemies you have to fight in a single arena definitely grows. But I do like the music, and the story definitely goes in some very weird and trippy places as it goes along. So if you're looking for an action game that is as stylish as it is groovy to play, then I would give this one a try. We now go to Ak-Xolotl, which I completely butchered that name. You'll again find the link to it down below. The footage you're seeing is taken at 1.0, but the game did receive a co-op update after this play, which we do not have any footage on. This is a roguelite shooter in kind of a similar style that of Enter the Gungeon, and that kind of, I guess even like a Nuclear Throne as well, of run, gun, get a variety of weird weapons and try to deal with these enemies and arenas. You are trying to rescue your fellow critters after they've been kidnapped, and you must explore a variety of biomes, get permanent upgrades, and make things work for you. Now, we played this one pretty far into a run, and all it is fine. You'll do kind of all the basic stuff that we see from this particular style of a roguelite. You'll have to dodge through various bullets, get different guns, hope get any kind of passives that can help influence your run, and just keep going from room to room. The main issue that I have with this game is that while everything was kind of technically there, nothing was really standing out to me as a kind of top-down or more, shooter roguelite style. If you've already played something like Enter the Gungeon or Nuclear Throne, then you've probably have seen kind of the heights of this particular style of action or roguelite design, and I was really hoping to see something different or unique in terms of the weapons, the gunplay, something along those lines. This one does feature some pretty interesting persistent elements, but they're not really, again, changing what you're doing run to run, item to item. The co-op update does add an interesting wrinkle to this, as we don't see a lot of co-op based roguelite shooters like this. But again, if you're someone who has played all the different examples of this, then I don't think this game unfortunately does a lot or enough to stand out from those. But if you're looking for a break from your gungeoning or your throning, then this one may be worth at least a little bit of a try. We now go to Viettung. This is a Metroidvania that is designed around Vietnamese mythology. When the forest is in danger, it's going to be up to you to do all that Metroidvanian stuff in order to save the day. The art style goes for kind of the hand-drawn look, and has some pretty nice backgrounds and details to it. The footage you're seeing is taken from the demo that we played kind of in early 2024, and may not represent either the current version of the game or the current version of the demo. This one, from what we played, was definitely hitting all like the right notes out of Metroidvania design. Again, definitely following the Hollow Knight style or that kind of footsteps. So expect being able to heal using resources you get from combat, getting different passives, and of course air dashing and double jumping your way around. From our time with this one, I think there is potential here. The main concern was that I didn't see anything that was kind of going above and beyond or different from the formula. If you're someone who did not like Hollow Knight, this is definitely not going to be the game for you. And I am interested to see what will stick out beyond just the difference in mythology and aesthetics from the likes of the many Metroidvanias that we've played. So if you are looking for yet another Metroidvania to challenge, run, jump, and more to, I would at least keep an eye out for this one. We now go to Dream of the Star Haven. This is a low-stakes, first-person, I would say kind of like puzzle platformer. You are exploring a variety of floating islands, looking for stars that will allow you to progress further. The game is definitely going for more of a very relaxed and very like low chill vibe style. While you can run out of health, there is no permanent death or things like that. In each kind of mission, you'll have to collect the different stars, as well as go for bonus objectives, such as beating up all the enemies, finding bonus things that will allow you to unlock more stars. And the game also has added in kind of Sokoban style additional puzzles as well. This one is, I would say, a very interesting one to play. If you're looking for a very technical, very challenging first person or 3D platformer, this is not that game. This feels more in line for like someone who hasn't done like 3D platforming before and looking for a game to kind of jump into. Although, as it goes on, more puzzles and more mechanics are introduced to add to the challenge. I would give this one a try if you are a fan of first-person platforming and looking for a game, again, to kind of just relax and jump to the flow with. We now go to Box's Lost Fragments. This is a kind of escape room puzzle style game, very much in similar concept and structure of the Room series, but it is not from that developer. You are exploring a mysterious tower where strange devices and portals will lead you to multitudes of puzzles that you must solve or use the hint system to get by. If you've played the Room series, then this should be familiar to you in all steps of the way. If you aren't familiar, these games take place in kind of, as I said, an escape room structure. You're in an area with a box or some kind of strange object that you must kind of take apart puzzle by puzzle, item by item, to get to the kind of reward or MacGuffin that's all the way within it. As the box opens up, more things will become available, the puzzles will change, and it's up to you to kind of just scan 360 degrees around this to figure out what you're trying to achieve and what can be interacted with. This is a puzzle series or puzzle game through and through. If you're hoping for elaborate story, challenging combat, horror, anything like that, this is not the game for you. And while we are still waiting for any new title from the Room developers, I would say that this is a very solid entry in that particular style. So if you like your puzzles in that escape room format where it's just, opens up into multiple little things with more puzzles to get to, then definitely give this one a try. And if you do enjoy this one, you haven't played the Room series, I highly recommend them as well for this style of puzzle gameplay. And now for the last game of our list today, and that is Spilled. This was the demo that we checked out, and this is a very cozy game about environmentalism and cleaning up the rivers, water, and more. It is your job to take your boat across the river here, cleaning up various spills, trash, and so on, which you can then recycle to upgrade your boat, which will allow you to pick up more trash, which will let you upgrade things further, and things continue to grow as you go through the game. You can also find cute, adorable fish and other wildlife to pick up as collectibles in the space. This one is definitely going for the cozy, times a million style. And it is very delightful and charming to play. While we were playing the demo, the developer did have a Kickstarter going that did succeed very well, so this game is certainly going to be coming out. I like this feedback loop of course, clean things up, get more money to then do things bigger, faster, and more efficient. If you're looking for, again, like a hardcore sim, or, this game turning into like a Lovecraftian nightmare like Dredge, Spilled is not going to be the game for you. But if you're looking for a very wholesome and charming game, one that you can play or enjoy with anyone around, then definitely give this demo a try, and keep an eye out for when the game is released. And with that, we are done with another showcase. You'll find links to all the titles down below. Let me know what you think about them as well. And with that said, thank you for tuning in, and see everyone in the next video. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.